Welcome to the Patriot Training YouTube channel. My name is Clay Howell. I'm the owner of Patriot Training. Today's topic will be a shout out for Middle Tennessee Firearms Training. This video is brought to you by Greene Haven Customs. At Greene Haven Customs, you can build your very own custom stippling package. Greene Haven Customs offers textures, undercuts, thumb ledges, grooves, Cerakote, and more. For more information, go to greenhavencustoms.com. The link is in the description. In the fall of 2021, my good friend Jeff Mayhew sent me a text message early in the morning, and he said, "Clay, have you ever heard of this outfit here?" And the text message included a link to a Facebook ad for Middle Tennessee Firearms Training. And I checked it out, and the ad was advertising a class, a couples defensive pistol class, a 6-hour class for $125 for a couple. And I thought, wow, you can't go wrong. So I wrote Jeff back. I did some due diligence on the instructor and the school. I looked at the website, the Facebook page, all that sort of thing. They looked relatively new, but hey, I'll give a new guy a shot. And I wrote Jeff back and I said, "Never heard of them? Looks like they're new. Let's do it." And that class was scheduled for Black Sabbath, the day after Black Friday, Thanksgiving weekend of 2021. So we were probably, I'd say, 6 or 8 weeks away from the actual event. But Jeff and I confirmed with our wives, and they wanted to go, so we signed up for couples defensive pistol. And we get to the class that day, and it's at a private range, private property, and it was set up very professionally. There were steel targets, there were typical stands for some paper and cardboard targets, there was plenty of parking, there was a sheltered area for the classroom segment. I couldn't have asked for anything more. It was perfect for me. Jeremy Zimmer, the owner of Middle Tennessee Firearms Training, just a great guy, one of the nicest human beings you're likely to meet. And he strikes the balance between the instructor that can laugh and cut up and have a good time, and yet he still stays on task, stays on target, gets the lesson plan completed, you get your curriculum in. I've been to some schools where they changed up the curriculum midday and they didn't exactly know what they were going to do, or this, that, or the other, and those are not really fun classes in my opinion. Jeremy had a well-constructed lesson plan, and he stuck to it, and in so doing, we got to shoot a lot of exercises that were very enjoyable, very pertinent to the concept of defensive pistol. We worked on marksmanship, we worked on improving our draw, we worked on malfunction clearing, all the things that you would expect in a 6-hour class. We were in the classroom maybe an hour, maybe 90 minutes of that class, and we were on the range the rest of the day. It was not a helter-skelter pace. It was very relaxed. In a break from the norm, Jeremy's couples defensive pistol class allows couples to shoot next to one another, with the caveat that you don't try to compete with one another, or one person doesn't try to coach the other. And so that made it very enjoyable, because typically when family are side by side, the person who's the better shooter winds up coaching the person who is not, and the person who is not feels like they're letting somebody down, and feelings start getting out of control, and the class becomes less enjoyable for the person who's not quite as skilled yet. And Jeremy didn't let that happen in this class. And some people will mistakenly believe that that would indicate that the man is typically the better shooter, and while that might sometimes be true, it's certainly not universal. And in that class, there was a very distinctive difference in skill between a man and his wife, and the wife was the better shooter in that particular class. So, and without a doubt, Jeff's wife, Nikki, is an outstanding shot. Wonderful lady and a heck of a shot too, and my wife Michelle is a good shot, so we had some fine encouragement on the line that day. Just a really, really fun class, so much so that I decided to take Defensive Pistol 1 and 2, the full-blown courses from Middle Tennessee Firearms Training. And when I decided to take them, my wife asked me if I was taking them. I said yes, and she actually asked if she could take the class with me. And normally it requires a little bit of prodding to get her to go to a firearms class. So I was very happy that she wanted to go back. And we had 2 days. Defensive Pistol 1 was one day, Defensive Pistol 2 was the next day. And we had 2 days, 2 people, 2 full classes. And the total cost was only $500 for that. And that, you just can't beat it. And you know, the range was good, the instruction was good. Jeremy's assistant instructor, Chris, is just outstanding. One whale of a shot, just really, really good shot, very fast. And the subject matter is very pertinent. It pertains very well to defensive pistol and the carry of a pistol for self-defense. And fun. I had a ton of fun in that class, my wife and I both. Challenging. Jeremy was able to take the curriculum as it stood and challenge a person who was on the line who had never shot before or had very little experience, and at the same time challenge me, a much more experienced shooter. And it really takes a masterful instructor to do that. So hats off to Jeremy. That's difficult to do. That's something that most people don't get the hang of until they've been teaching for quite a while. And he did it as if it was just simply second nature to him. I couldn't tell if he was deviating from his lesson plan or not. I still to this day don't know. And that's the mark of a good instructor, is when he can challenge you and you don't know if he has deviated from his lesson plan or not. What else could I say? Absolute attention to safety. Just top-notch safety at the class. We did everything from, like I said, marksmanship over these 3 classes I took with him, to drawing, to improving your times on the draw, malfunction clearing, shooting while moving, all kinds of really fun and really important exercises to do. And it's also important to know that now, as of the filming of this video, Jeremy is also now a Patriot Training alumnus himself. And just to be perfectly transparent, Jeremy and I communicate outside of our classes, and we bounce ideas off of one another for our respective firearms schools. And I offer discounts, alumni discounts, to his students, and he offers alumni discounts to my students, and we are happy to do that. And the neat thing is he takes a different perspective than I do, and I'm always encouraging my students to take another class and take a class from somebody different, because it's easy to get caught up taking classes from just one training academy, and these days there are so many good training academies. And it's very important because different people learn different ways, and a different instructor might approach a specific topic in a different manner. And they might have an exercise that means more to you there may be something said or done in that class that just really hits home for you. 100 different reasons to take comparable classes from different academies. And so that's the purpose of this video, is to give a shout out to Middle Tennessee Firearms Training. They have more pistol classes right now than they have rifle classes, but I urge you to take any and every class you can with them. And Jeremy's certainly a master on the pistol. He's very, very good with it. He competes regularly, and unlike some people, he will actually show you how he did in the competition, win, lose, or draw. And you know, that age-old theory that firearms instructors have to be absolutely perfect, can't make a mistake. Thank God that's going by the wayside. That's going the way of the dinosaur. And Jeremy is not perfect just the same way I am not perfect, and we both revel in that, and we like to give each other a hard time about that too. So, yes, should you take a class from Middle Tennessee Firearms Training? Yes, without a doubt, take a class from Middle Tennessee Firearms Training. You'll be glad you did. That's all for this video. I'd like to remind you that you do not have to be a patriot to train, but you do have to train if you want to call yourself a true patriot. Take care.